Hey guys, and welcome to my first ever live stream. I am so excited to have you here, but since this is my first time streaming, I just want to make sure everything's okay and that you guys can hear me and everything. So I'm just going to check the live chat here and make sure that you can all hear me. So if you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up in the live chat. Oh my goodness, there's already 3,000 of you watching. That is crazy. Thank you so much for coming. Just gonna wait a few seconds to make sure that you guys can hear me, and then I'll explain what we're gonna do in this live. Hi everyone. Hi Sophia. So what we're going to be doing today is a 20-minute full body stretch followed by a Q&A. So I'm going to be answering all of your questions in the live chat, and it should be a lot of fun. Okay, I'm getting a lot of people saying that they can hear me, so that's good. So we're going to be doing a 20-minute full body stretch, like I said first, and this is to thank you guys so much for 2 million subscribers. I wouldn't be able to get here if it wasn't for all of you, so thank you so much. And before we get into the more deeper stretches, we're going to be doing a super quick warm-up because I think it's so important to warm up. So for the first warm-up exercise, you're going to stand up with your hands on the ground and then go out into a wide stance a bit further than shoulder width apart, and then turn your feet out to the side like this for plie squats. So just bend and straighten your legs, making sure that your knees are pointed out to the side. And when you're doing this, make sure that you're not like going inwards like this, because that won't give the same effect. This is great for warming up your legs and also getting a bit of a stretch in your hips before we go into the deeper stretches. So we're just going to do 2 more of these. And now place your hands out like this, and we're going to do some standing plie squats. I'll be super interested to see what you guys think of this live stretch, and if you want me to do more of them, there should be comments once this is finished, so you can let me know in the comments. Okay, now we're going to bend one leg at a time for some side lunges. During this stretch, feel free to think of any questions you want to ask me in the Q&A. So excited to answer your questions and chat with you all live for the first time. It should be lots of fun. So in these lunges, try to sink your legs as close to the ground as you can to really warm them up. Okay, now go into a plank. And we're going to do plank step ups. So simply step one leg up at a time, stand up, and then repeat with the other leg. So we're just going to do a few of these again, just to warm up a bit. And also, this stretch routine should be staying up on my channel afterwards if I do everything right. So you'll be able to do this stretch routine whenever you would like. Okay, we're going to do one more step out, and you're going to hold the plank this time. And we're going to do up and down into a downward dog, and then back down into the plank. And this is great for warming up your arms and stretching out your shoulders. My camera just made a noise. I'm hoping you can all still see me okay? Okay, that's good. Okay. We're going to do one more downward dog. And now you're going to step your feet closer to your hands and then grab onto your ankles. And if you're a beginner, grab onto your knees. I'm going to try to show easier versions of these stretches throughout this live stream. So beginners here, more advanced down here, and if you can, try to sink your head towards the ground. You should feel a really good stretch here in the back of your hamstring. Now if you would like an even deeper stretch, you can step your feet together, but that is completely optional. And now step back out into a downward dog. Really push your chest back to get a good stretch in your shoulders. And now bring your hips down, and we're going to do seal stretch. So beginners stay here, or you can even go down onto your elbows if you need to. But if you don't feel stretch here, then you can arch back further. And now come back up. And from here, we're going to go into a child's pose. This should feel really good after that back stretch. And try to reach out in front of you. And now go back into your plank and step one foot up towards your hand. And then beginners here, more advanced, try to sink your leg even closer to the ground, so your back thigh should be as close to the ground as it takes for you to feel the stretch. And then to make this even more difficult, or well, even better stretch, you can place your elbows on the ground as well. So this routine is a great stretch routine that you can do daily if you would like. It's a bit of a longer stretch, so if you ever feel like doing a nice long 20-minute stretch, this is the perfect one to do. Okay, now we're going to take this front leg and you're going to straighten it out while bending this back one, and then reach this hand over to grab onto your foot. And if you feel a stretch in your hamstring here, then stay here. But if not, try to reach forward. And to make this even more advanced, you can place your arms underneath your legs. And that should give you a really deep stretch. But either way, there or here, totally fine. I'm really curious to hear if you guys prefer these live stretches or my regular stretches better. So feel free to let me know in the chat or the comments. If you're down doing the advanced version, you can come up, or either way, just come back up. And then we're going to slide down into as far of a split as you can. So more beginners here, or you can just slide down further. And then if you don't really feel a stretch when you do the splits, to make it a bit harder, you can either arch back, and that will give you a good stretch in your back, or what I'm going to do is lean forward, and I'm going to try and sink my chest as close to the ground as I can, and this will get a good stretch in that front leg, and it'll be great for improving your leg holds. Like I said, if you can't do the splits, just hold them up a bit, and then over time, as your flexibility improves, you should get closer to them. Now we are going to switch sides to repeat the lunge and all of those leg stretches on this side. So, like I said earlier, beginners, more advanced, go lower. I'm going to go down onto my elbows. I'm probably going to watch this through later so I can see what you guys are saying in the live chat. So I'm really curious to know if you guys are following along with me live or if you're just planning on doing this later, which is fine too, either way. But yeah, I'm really curious to know. So feel free to let me know in the chat whether you're following along to the stretches or if you're doing it like later today and you're just watching the live stream now kind of thing. Now we're going to do the stretch with your front leg straight like so, reaching across to grab onto your foot. Beginner, intermediate, or more advanced, reach underneath. And now we're going to do the split, so if you can't do a split, that's fine, but go down as far as you can. And like I said earlier, you can arch back for more advanced or reach forward. Okay, so for the next stretch, we're going to do a middle split, but I know not all of you will have your middle split yet, so just go as far as you can up here, totally fine. I'm going to do a full middle split. And you should feel a good stretch in your hip here. We're already over halfway through this 20-minute stretch before we head into the Q&A, so make sure you have your questions in mind if you have any. If you would like, you can place your arms out in a T to get deeper into your middle split. You can now come out of your middle split and we're going to go onto your stomach and we're going to do bow pose. So if you do my stretch routines, I'm sure you all know this one. So a few different options here. The first option is bend your legs and then try to reach towards them, and this is the beginner option. More intermediate, try to straighten out your legs, or if you're advanced, reach over top of your head like this and then try to straighten out your legs. Again, don't feel like you have to do the super advanced version, just do whatever feels good to you. And now come up into a downward dog again. And come down onto your knees. We're going to do knee bridge. So beginner, just arch back like so. More advanced, overhead, just like the last one. If you would like, you can try to let your elbows sink to the ground, but that's a really advanced version. And now, child's pose. It's so important to do these forward stretches after you stretch out your back. It should feel really good as well. And for the last section of this 20-minute stretch routine, lay on your back. And the first thing we're going to do on your back is lift up one leg and then try to pull it towards the ground. So beginner here, more advanced, as close as you can to the ground. This is another great stretch for leg holds. We are now going to switch legs. This next stretch has two options as well, so I'm going to show the beginner option first. Just bend your legs like so and lift up your hips for a modified bridge. More advanced, go into a regular bridge or a teardrop back bend for super advanced. So intermediate would be here. This is intermediate, just a regular bridge. More advanced, teardrop, like this. But this is really advanced, so don't feel like you have to do the teardrop if you're not ready for it yet, but it's just options to have depending on where you're at. Now going to go into a pike stretch. Cross one leg over top of the other. You can go here or you can go here. This just makes the regular pike stretch a bit deeper when you cross your legs over like this. Now switch which leg is crossed over. Okay, you can now place your feet together like so. And to finish off this stretch, we are just going to slowly roll up to standing. You can grab onto your back of your waist and then arch back. If you would like, you can go back into a back bend, but that's the more advanced. Beginner is just here. Now we're going to roll back down into the pike stretch. Place your hands together and reach forward, really stretch out those shoulders. And this is the last stretch before we do the Q&A, so I hope you guys are as excited for that as I am. Place your hands on the ground and you can roll back up. And that's it for our stretch routine. Great job everyone on the stretch. I'm now going to do a Q&A, and I'm sure if you weren't following along to the stretch, I'm sure you've been waiting for the Q&A. So I'm just gonna open up the chat here. Oh wow, there is a lot of you on the chat right now. There's over 5,000 of you on the chat. That is crazy. So this might be a little hard to get to everyone's questions, but I'm going to try to get to as many questions as I can. So let me see here. Okay, there's a lot of questions. So the first question is from Jerda T, and she or he asked, why did you start YouTube? So I started YouTube because, as you guys know, I have Instagram. So I was on Instagram actually before YouTube, and I was posting flexibility photos like I still do now. And you guys actually wanted to know how I did like the flexibility poses. So I wanted to help you guys out. So that's why I started making tutorials on YouTube. Okay, the next question is, can you give me some tips on how to do a chest stand? So it's hard for me to give all the tips right now just because there are so many different things you can do to improve your chest stand, but I do have a whole chest stand tutorial, so I hope that helps you out. Just look up how to do a chest stand and McNulty on YouTube and it should pop up. Can you please say hi to Ryan? Of course. Hi, Ryan. Someone asked if I have a boyfriend, and no, I do not. I get that question a lot, so I thought I'd answer it on here. I know I've answered it before, but. Someone asked what my height is, and my height is 4'11", which is 150 centimeters, I'm pretty sure. How old were you when you started cheerleading? I was 10. Are you a vegetarian? No, I am not a vegetarian. Okay. These are going so fast. That's why it's taking me so long to get to a question. It's just the chat just keeps going. Someone asked me what hairstyle I sleep in, and I just sleep with my hair down usually. I don't really do anything to my hair when I'm sleeping. Let's see. When is my birthday? My birthday is on April 26th. Hi, Leah. Someone asked where in Canada I'm from. I'm from Eastern Canada, to be specific, New Brunswick, Canada, so the Maritimes. Someone asked how long I stretch, and really it's just how long I feel like. I would say on average like 10 to 15 minutes. I don't usually spend like hours stretching. I kind of just do whatever feels good to me. Someone asked why are you, Holly in specific, asked why are you so flexible? So first of all, hi Holly, and I'm just flexible from doing lots of stretching. I'm not naturally flexible. I stretched a lot, so that's how I got my flexibility. Hi to Antonia. Someone asked if COVID has affected my cheer. Yes, it has. So everywhere is with COVID, cheer's a bit different, but where I live, we have to wear masks, and for the last bit, we haven't been able to stunt because of COVID, which I think makes complete sense to avoid spreading it. So I think that it's probably good that they're doing these restrictions at the moment for cheer, but yes, it has been affected. The next question is, first of all, hi Narana. I wish I could say hi to all of you. This chat is just going so fast, which is so awesome. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. I was not expecting this many people to join the live. Eva asked if I was nervous about the live. I was a little nervous just because it's my first time, but I was also very excited to be able to chat with you all. So yes, I was a little nervous. I was especially nervous because I didn't want to start it and then it didn't work or something. But I was mainly really excited to be able to chat with you all. The next question is from Gabby, and she asked how old my sister is, and my sister is turning 21 this month. Thank you so much, Cucumber Does Stuff, for the super chat. That is so nice. You did not have to give me a super chat. No, I am not from Ireland, but I would love to visit Ireland one day. Paige asked, what cheer club do I go to? I go to Sky Athletics. Again, this chat is just going crazy right now. Thank you so much for all of your questions. I was kind of nervous that there wasn't going to be any questions, so I'm glad that you guys have so many questions for me. Okay, let's see. Allison asked, is this the stretching routine you do every day? And honestly, I change it up every day. I do usually stretch every single day because I love stretching so much. These are the stretches, like a lot of them are stretches that I do daily, so I would say, yes, this is a great daily stretch routine, but personally I find it more interesting to change things up a bit, so I don't necessarily like to do the exact same routine every day, but I do a lot of these stretches often. Rahi K said, when did you start trying to get flexible? So I started stretching when I was around 10 years old, and it was because that's when I started doing cheerleading, so it kind of got me into stretching, so that's when I started. Okay, I cannot pronounce this name, I am so sorry, but it's from Jitendra Vidhot. I'm so sorry, I know it's probably not how you pronounce your name, I am very sorry. Any of these names, if I pronounce them wrong, I'm really sorry about that, but they asked which app I use to edit my videos, and I use two different ones, so I use Final Cut Pro and also Filmora 9. So I think they're both great. Filmora 9 is a bit easier to use, so really whatever you prefer. Hi to Pandela, hi to Phoebe. Someone asked what my parents' names are. This question is from Jaylyn, and my parents' names are Ed and Charlene. Sorry, I'm just looking through the questions here because there are so many. I lost the name now, but one person asked if it's too late for them to start stretching, and no, it's never too late to start stretching. You can improve your flexibility at any time, so it's definitely not too late. I'm starting to see a lot of the same questions here, so I think I'm just going to answer a few more before I end the live, but I want to get to as many questions as I can, so I'm just going to do a few more here. Someone asked what my favorite color is, and it's probably pink if I had to choose one color. Dancer Layla said, have I ever been to Nova Scotia? Yes, I go there Usually at least once a year. It's very close to where I live, so yes, I have been to Nova Scotia. Let's see what the next question is. Again, it's going really quick. Annie's World asked if I had any pets. Yes, I have 2 cats. I have one that's completely black. Her name is Willow, and then I have one named Sophie that's gray and white. It's actually funny, right before I did this live, they're both hitting to come in the door, but I didn't want to let them in because they always scratch up my yoga mats, so I didn't let them in. But yeah, I have 2 cats. Thank you to Cody Contortion for the super chat. That is so nice of you. Okay, I'm going to answer one last question. So let's see who's going to get the lucky last question. I'll try to pick a good one. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question, but there's just so many. It's really hard to read this chat. I probably should have thought that through, but let's see. Okay. Melissa Gomez asked if I really love my fans, and I love you guys so much, and that is why I'm doing this live. It is to thank you guys so much for 2 million subscribers. I know I already thanked you, but I cannot thank you enough. It means so much to me. So again, just thank you guys, and I hope you enjoyed watching this live. Feel free to let me know in the comments what videos you want to see next, and if you haven't already, make sure to give this a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel, as well as click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. Bye guys!